Well, welcome along to another episode. We are making our way up to Monmouth. We're just at the top of Dowlais Top, and lo and behold, it's started to snow. But just getting on the A465 now. I noticed that there has been a couple of changes. We have a look at that on the way back. Unfortunately, we're not going to see it up in this way. So if you're coming this way, you'll see it. Which is a shame. It just looks, but it is snowing. It's a wet snow, as they say. So unless it really chucks it down, it's not going to cause an issue up here. We'll be coming back up to here later on anyway, as we've got to go to Torquoit. So we'll make our way across. So yes, if you watched the last episode, you would have, well, I'm just trying to think, I always thought, no, we'll forget about it. Just make sure you watch the other episodes which have been posted over the last few weeks. They all kind of interlock to each other. I'm not sure when they're going to get posted and stuff like that. Like they may get muddled up and stuff. I don't know. But on the last one I did record, it may have been aired, it may have not been aired, if you know what I mean. But make sure you watch out for it if you do. I moved a 120 and then a 150 then, loading shovels, Volvo loading shovels. So that there was a lot of delays that particular day as well, like. So we are technically continuing on from that. We're going to go up and get a hammer. They're going at the end of an excavator, so it's the ones which break rocks with a pin in it. And then we got to go to Tree Forest, swap it over there because theirs is probably broken, take that back to the yard then, where it's going to get refurbished or repaired, whatever the case may be. So yeah, just wanted to show you on this particular one, as we're coming across here with the snow. If it does get worse, I'll check back in, but if not, we'll make our way to Coalfoot now, and we'll get this breaker put on. We just come into Monmouth now. We've got to go up that mountain there. See, the river's looking a bit full in it. We've had a lot of rain last night, so it's obviously all collected now in the river basins, and it's not the fullest I've ever seen it. I've seen it at literally just a couple of centimetres from underneath the arches there. But, yeah, we got to go up to the roundabout, spin around, come back down to the lights, turn left, and stake our way up a mountain. And the quarry that we're going to go to is just up there. So we're literally just outside Coalfoot now, in the Forest of Dean. I'll show more of it when we come back out now. Sun's, as you can see, the sun's in front of us, and it's very bright, putting the glare off the road there. So it's not really good for recording. You guys can probably see alright, but with me it's not the best. Oh. So we just turned into the quarry now. So it's, we'll get this breaker put on, and then we'll come on back out, and I'll show you that road on the way out, because that's a very interesting road on the way out. So got a bit of loggers behind, look. I don't know if you can see him working away there, loading his truck. Right, let's catch you on the way back out then. Okay, so we got that breaker on. So that's all loaded. It has started to rain a little bit. Ideally I would have liked it a little bit further forward, but unfortunately with they were putting it on with the machine itself, so it's a bit awkward to get it on then, so you've got to come in through the back and put it on. So it's a bit awkward trying to put it on from the side, try to get it in the centre, so it's easier to put it on with a telehandler, hence why it is where it is. But they've got the chains pulling back to stop our forward movement anyway, so that's not an issue. So we just heading on this road now. This road does take us over the top, over the Forest of Dean. Forest of Dean, very, very beautiful place, although it has got a little bit of a dark side to it. For like example, during COVID, during the lockdown, there was a couple found up here with a suitcase with bits of body in it, let's put it that way. So yeah, it could be, and I don't know what actually happened to them. I think they got done for murder on that occasion, but yeah, it's a scenic area, but it has got a bit of a dark side to it, like hauntings and all that sort of stuff, and you know, animals that, you know, screams in the night, and you know, it's plenty of explanations what it could be, but it's definitely an eerie place if you do come up here, especially after the night, the sun falls away and the nocturnal animals come up, because we're not used to hearing noises, guy. We normally asleep ourselves in it. So this is one of the villages that we come through. Don't ask me the name of it, I can't remember. I've probably seen it on the way in, but this is I think we are on the English side at the moment. It's when we drop down the hill, we become into Wales once we cross a river, I think it is, because Monmouth is in Wales. It is right on the border, but I think this part is in England. I don't know where the hell you're going, mate. You know, the road's on the other side. Like, it's really strange how drivers can't estimate how much space is on the left hand side of them. You know what I mean? You look across, you know how much it is, and yet they're still crossing the white line, and they're not even a wide load, like, you know what I mean? It baffles me sometimes, like, you know what I mean? They're coming up and they think that they can own the road when you're just going to well to go, like, they think that you're a car, like, you know. They need to just think a bit more clearly. So this road takes us through a part of the forest. It's not all the forest is massive, but it takes us through part of the forest, but we drop down a hill, and the curves and the bends and everything like that can be very dangerous, especially if it's a truck coming up the other way. Now if we're moving any machinery out of that quarry, we've actually got to go towards Gloucester and come down that section, and that's got its own fair share of bends, but not as bad as what this side has. This side is certainly not for the faint-hearted. It can be very, very dangerous, and it is sections like you see here where the road is falling away. We'll see a lot more of that as we go down. Like, you know, it won't be long before the road will actually be closed, before it's actually got to be rectified, if I'm honest with you, because you can see it's dropping away in loads of places, and more so on the hill as well, which just makes it the show. It's just like the land's moving. Obviously they need to get the road sorted. They've patched it up in places, but that's not going to get the road sorted, if you know what I mean. It's not going to last long just by patching it up. It's going to need a refurbishment, a relay. I think all the land is shifting like that. It is. Well, the road is certainly shifting downhill, especially on the edge. You can see it. So this is one of the roads where you've just got to take your time, because like you can't really see what's coming around the bend, coming up the other way. You might have an advantage if you got a reflection coming off the side of a car coming around the corner, and you can see what's coming up. So if something big coming up, you can see it off the car. If it's if like this morning I was coming up, but one of the reasons I didn't film is because the sun was so bright. But if I did film, you would have, you know, there's certain places where as you're looking around the bend there was a lot of light shining there, so of course you're looking for shadows then. So if anything's big coming down, it would have blocked out the light. You would have seen it, the shadow being casted across the road there, so you would have had an idea that it's something would have been coming around the bend. So there's always stuff to look out for. You know, we're looking through the trees that come down the bend, looking through the trees again. Let's see if we've seen any colour of the vehicles. You notice it's good a few orange trucks coming up. They stand out a lot. They're doing regular contract up here, but it's, you know, you're looking through the trees all the time, what the next bend is, if you can, like. We have got this sign, obviously, oncoming vehicles in the middle of the road. We're going to expect that, but we're looking at reflections now off the building windows. Let's see if we can see anything. Anything is just going to give us that little hint that there's something going to be coming around the corner, because you can't get close to there because you will hit the side of your trailer. As you can see, they've had a lot of debris comes down here with the rain, and we've had a lot of rain in the last few days. But you can see the trees ain't the best. Like, what you gotta be careful of is just, like, obviously the tarmac lorries come up, they've got mirror guards and a metal mirror guard, so if you do touch a mirror, especially with my type of mirrors, it might be going to disintegrate. But you can see how the land's moving, see how they've bollarded it off, because the land is starting to come down. It's starting to move away on the other side then. So the land's shifting, especially as this rain has been quite persistent. The more it'll move, like. Not far from here there was a landslide, so it just puts that in the back of your mind, like, when you're coming down, just to take that extra bit of care. And if you are fully loaded, within the 44 ton region, then, because obviously the other way, you'd have to go the other way if you were on the category 2 movement, you just make sure that you keep away from the edges, just because you don't want to add to it. Just the more you take your time, the safer you are. This is all I can put it down to. Because you have a truck blasting up here now, we are going to make contact, because somebody will have to slam on the brakes, and I'm only doing 22 mile an hour. As you can see, I'm just taking my time. You can see how the road is starting to fall away bare, like, all of it. But of course it's nothing supporting it, just the trees are on the other side, like. I mean, there's a bit of a drop off then. And you can see where that car just came on the other side of the road. I did the same on the way up, because how much this is dropping away. So you can see that this road is virtually, I would say, becoming to a point where it has to have major maintenance done to it. So it'd have to be shut for the road to be repaired, you know what I mean, and everything, dug up, repacked, so that, and the side then supported as well, maybe drilled into, and just to support it, to stop the road shifting the way it is. So that's us into Monmouth now. Well, this side of Monmouth anyway. So we just got to wait up in this traffic now for the traffic lights, so I won't bother you too much. I'll join back up there when we come up towards Abergavenny. Not Abergavenny, up towards Dowlais Top. You'll be able to see what they've done on the roadworks in the last few weeks. Turn the temperature on, otherwise the camera might get too hot, as it normally does. Stuck on my forehead. So we just coming up the Dowlais Top. I don't think it's open this way, but it is open the other way for traffic coming across a flyover. I may be wrong though. No, it doesn't look like it. Otherwise we'd have a lane open, won't we? No, we're all keeping left. Look, keep left signs there. But coming the other way, you can come across. They must have stopped traffic, because that's nothing coming the other way at the moment. Nothing at all. Oh, there it is. There's some traffic, look. So yeah, they can come across that way, but we can't go across that way. So that's changed since the last time I done some recording up here. To be honest though, I don't know why that section had roadworks on it. Had it been coned off, because you only have to block off that section and everybody's following down this way anyway. So it's a bit bizarre, that one. So we just come around this section at Dowlais Top now. Remember going to a chippy just down there. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but they had a loaf of bread, a batch, cut the top off, ripped out all the insides, filled it up with chips and gravy, then put the insides back in there, and then the top back on it. Then, I mean, that was a proper chip butty. That was just down the road there on the left hand side. Probably changed hands or not open now, like. There, really nice chippy. So if you can obviously come in eastbound, you can go straight through as that truck is doing there. If you're westbound, you've still got to do what you were doing before. Earlier on, remember it was snowing up here, but it was the wet snow. It did change into the proper snow, but of course, you know pretty much straight away what type of snow it is, and if it's going to settle or not. And I said it wouldn't settle, and look, here we are. It haven't settled. So. Definitely looking a lot more complete, isn't it? So I've got this ramp. So it says ramp ahead. I can see where the ramp is, but there's no sign there to say that the ramp is there. So if you're coming down there in the night, you're not going to see that. So they're coming along with this section nicely now. The centre bits have all been made, look. This is where Merthyr Auctions is, directly below us here. So they've had to... It was just one bridge flying over you, now it's two. And then we're coming down to that section where I said it was going to be a bit on the last one. It was going to take a bit more effort for you to come through, because it's still a busy junction, and you know, I mean, they're working up to it and obviously leaving until the last, because it's going to cause most disruption, I think. Or another idea, what they may do is, as they come in through here, the traffic in which is got to come into this estate, you'll have to go across a bridge, but the bridge isn't open yet, so they probably wait until the bridge is finished, and then they can close this section off, and then people can use the turning left here to go up and around, and then come back into the estate that way. Maybe it's possibly what they're going to do. That makes more sense. As you can see, it's quite a busy junction with that. With the road coming through here though, it's going to change a lot. It's going to definitely ease off, because you'll have just slip roads coming on and off, so it'll be a lot more free flowing than stopping all the time. Like, because this before was basically just a junction with a slip road on it. Not much of a slip road. You came around here on the left, and then they just had to blend in, like, into the traffic as they came around here. So the roads, you can see it's taking, you know, shape here now a lot, because this was quite a narrow part, so they've done a really good job here. Like, fair play to them. Still part of the old sections there, like. Bit of a bump section here. Oh, still there. I remembered about it this time on. Last time I lost, shattered a few teeth in that process. Still a bit of a bumpy section. There's a lot to do here, but it is, when you think about it, a brand new section, isn't it? This junction. It won't be long though. Won't be long before they finish this bit. Coming along nicely. See, you know, they finish laying out all the stones there. I won't be long before it's done. You see how much in the distance there, I don't know if you guys can see it, but in the distance there, as it snakes up the side of the mountain there, you can see how much it's changed, how much of a difference that's made to the landscape, you know. Before it was just a road and you know, just barely see it. But I'm noticing towards the top there, over there is stationary traffic, so it could mean that there's traffic lights on that section, but there. Oh no, a stationary traffic coming down. Yeah, you can see it now, as traffic coming down the hill. Make more sense. Obviously they're queuing for the roundabout to come down. Again, we got this little bit of a ramp here they haven't told us about. Is it coming down in the night? Bang goes a spring. Naughty, naughty. This bit's really different. Really different by now, isn't it? And it's all on the way it used to be. It was a junction just after this bridge, just on the left hand side, yeah. And you see where that house is there, where the bungalow, the road goes down there, just down there. That used to join up here as well. Something's been clipping the corners there, because it's a few of them quite far into the carriageway. So yeah, we're taking us off here over what would have been the old bridge, but it's been refurbished now. You know what I mean? You swear to God this was a new bridge, but this was the original up and down bit. That's why it's so wide, because obviously you had traffic coming up and traffic going down, but they've replaced the barrier on the top and put a fresh lick of paint on the road, like on the road white lines, like. You can see how much of a difference it'll make now once it's free flowing. You won't have to do none of this. Overnight closures on the road. Starting the sleet. This is to be expected. The temperatures dropped down to 4.5 degrees. There's a lot of groundwork going on here, isn't it? Yeah, it was queue of traffic going down the hill. Got a bit of a wind with this as well, and the temperature's dropped down again, 4 degrees now. Got a ramp here. There you go. I think this section here, when complete, is going to be a little bit of a slip road to come off on the Swansea Road here. So that's Swansea Road on the left hand side, which meets up to this. And then this section you can see, unless they just cut off that section, and then Swansea Road just comes up here, up to the roundabout, and then goes down to the next junction. And then they have that junction then, so you come off. So maybe that little bit there, which you know, there's no curb on the either side. I know this car's doing very slow, 25 mile an hour. There's no need for it, like. So whether they'll discontinue that little bit of tarmac and then the bypass carry up, because it is going to be a new junction just up here, and I can't see them having a little bit of a slip road there, which is going to interfere with Swansea Road. I think Swansea Road will end up being two-way. Too busy chatting, that's what's happening here in the car in front. We got a ramp ahead here as well. Hopefully they're not going the same way as us, because I don't really want to be stuck behind them. Yay! Because they're talking away, they're not paying attention to anything that's going on around them, and that's why they were doing 20 something mile an hour. Starting to get a bit peckish now. So that section, all this bit really haven't changed. So if you haven't watched these updates, the first update, the second update and the third update, I recommend that you go and do it, because it definitely you could definitely see a change in between the videos. This one's a bit more of a small little update, I would say, from the last one. It's just been included into a video, and then you know, hidden away there. There's a little bit of a speciality, like bit of a ramp here too. Dump dump. So this is where the new junction is going to be that I was on about earlier on. So yeah, if you hit the playlist for Heads of the Valley, you'll see it. This one won't be included in that playlist, or maybe I might include. Yeah, I will include it. Because obviously it's part of it, and you can view it in between, in the section of it. You can search it, can't you? So yeah, I will include it. So as you can see, the changes which has happened in the last, say, 3 weeks, I think it is. So they got traffic lights down here. They've got a bit of camber and a ramp. You can see, by the time we get down here now, them lights should change to green, and we should have nice easy run through it, so we're not going to get held up. They're leaving a lot of cars through. They're still leaving cars up here, look. Oh no, the traffic lights are just there, look. So I thought the traffic lights were further down there. Crack on. So this is a bit different. We didn't have traffic lights here last time, though this section of the road, they obviously tarmacking on that side, on that flyover there, and they're working underneath this section here, hence why that lane is shut. Still come across, this was the same last time. You know, to be expected. They haven't done much you know, things have changed obviously, but not as much as you'd expect. Well, not as expect as some may think, like, you know what I mean, because obviously it's you're not going to see a big change in what's done in 3 weeks. I'm not sure if the traffic, no, you can see it comes across there, then splits up on either side. I was going to say, I'm sure the traffic was all on one carriageway before, which kind of makes sense because there it is. Get some fuel soon as well. Another ramp. Thud thud. Oh, another one there as well, look. And another one. I like these ramps, don't they? On the final section of it now, as we come down towards Hirwaun. Remember years and years ago, driving coaches, and we used to do a school run up here with a primary school, and just down by there is a river, and they found the remains of a woman which was lost 30 years before. 30 years it took to find her, and she was found in the river down there. I don't know whether it was an accident or what, like, you know, but we used to come up this road as on a school run for the little kids. And obviously all this has changed because that just used to be a junction you used to turn left into. Another ramp. Rampty ramp ramp ramp. Oh. You see the river just down behind us. You just see the start of it there, amongst that little bit of a valley going down. She was found down there, she was. Absolutely mad. 30 years of being missing. She was near where she was all that time, like, you know what I mean, where she went missing from. And there's a river down there, like, there's down there. I think she was from Hirwaun as well, like. This section's looking good now, isn't it? They've even doing a lay-by there, look. Yeah. So you're having a lay-by so that you could park up and have your fuel robbed because you're by Hirwaun, you need Hirwaun and Aberdare. That was thought through, wasn't it? You know, the heads of the valley, they got lay-bys around by Abervale. Yeah, you know, I mean, you're going to wake up in the morning, your truck's going to be on bricks. And I just go and put a lay-by there as well. In probably, you know, even in Glenneath as well. You know, I mean, I wouldn't park a truck there overnight in the lay-bys. Definitely not going to have any fuel in the morning, and that's going to be the same here with that lay-by. It may look pretty, it may look nice, but that's all going to be a false perception. So my foot's actually flat to the floor now. That's how much of a headwind we got. And that is the end of that section. So we're going to carry on I'm going to get some fuel, and then we're going to make our way to Torquay then, once I get some fuel now. You can hear the wind, this headwind that we got. And you're going to give the guy a ring, let him know we're on our way, and then he can make preparations for when we arrive there. So I totally forgot to film and everything like that. I'll film this on our way back out now this road, because it's very interesting, this one. So we're just about to get into the quarry. I picked up diesel as well in the meantime. Totally forgot all about the film, in a world of my own. So we're just coming up to the quarry now. Catch you when we get back out. Gonna swap these over and we'll go from there. Really forgot to record again. We've literally just come out the quarry and we're just heading down the lanes now back to the main road. It's 2:10. You're not allowed in and out here while the schools are on. So like, I think it's like 2:30 until 3:30 or something like that it is. So we're just outside our window, so we're good. So we don't interfere with the school traffic, which is even better. So what we've done, we've swapped over the hammers. This is the one which is broken and it's got to be repaired. So it can't be repaired on site because of what's happened internally on it. So it's got to go back to the yard, and that's why we replaced it with another one, because they still needed a hammer. So just suspected spam. There's a tin of spam ringing me. Reported as telemarketer. I can stay there too. As you can tell, I don't really take calls off telemarketers. So I'm glad, like the old times, you just see them, but like that. And I've had it come up as mobile numbers and everything like that, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, when you think that somebody's, oh, you know, like, obviously, you know, the type of job that we're in, we liaise with a lot of people, like, innit? So you ring a number back and it just goes, toot, toot, toot. So the number they rung me off doesn't even exist. You know what I mean? It's just interesting to come up this way when you got a machine on, and that's for sure. It can be quite tight, especially a little bit further down where the cars park up. But when a machine does have to be moved, they plan it forward. They forward plan it, and they notify the people along this route. There's a machine going to be coming up, and one going to be coming back down on the day it's going to be done. And the rough times, so they don't park their cars in the way. So 99% of the time it's not too bad, but you do get the odd occasion where somebody haven't moved their car because maybe it's broken down, or they're not, they've missed the memo, if you know what I mean, because the dog's chewed the letters, it's gone in through the door, that sort of thing. But it's down by where it tends to get a bit tight with the cars parking if you're coming down with a machine. And you know, you've got other trucks coming up as well, like this is why the CB's on, so that we can communicate. You can see, you know, you can just imagine coming through here with a dozer or something like that, or loading shovel. Where is she going? Just going back in. There we are. Thank you very much. So you can see how tight sometimes it goes, isn't it? And a lovely place. So I wouldn't mind living up here, liking it. But the missus wouldn't have it because it's not. Well, it's close enough to the sea, but it's not close enough for her. If you know what I mean? Because the sea's not far away. You could get to the sea in about a half-hour drive from here, I would expect, but it's not close enough for. Ooh. It's like cars, I guess, now, you know what I mean? It's not giving you much room. Could do with a wash, though. But you can see, you know, if I'm coming up with a machine, that's in the way. This should be in the way, and if it's there, then I just got to come to a stop, like, you know what I mean? Now we got to knock doors and try to get them moved out of the way, like. So this is why they notify the people that if we are coming up here with a machine, things like this not parked on the road then, so that we can pass through effortlessly. And that's about the tightest part that is, like. You have got a little bit of a tight patch down here, but not as bad as that section here, because the thing is, like, you can just imagine, you know, if you've got an excavator on or something like that, and you're going up there with the road this wet, it's a good chance that, you know, for me anyway, that I'd lose traction. Coming into Drevach now. This is towards the end, and then we will bear left up here, as if we go straight on as a dead end, I think. We bear left down to the roundabout, bear left, follow it around then, and then come back out by the school end on the main road. There's another tight little patch here, especially if we meet another truck. And on the way up, I met a truck just on the left hand turning that we got to take. And it was a bit awkward. Like, I swung around, I managed to get around, and he got around me, like, you know what I mean? But he didn't have the advantage of I got the back of the trailer steers, so you had to move cones out of the way for him, whereas I got that little cheat where I can just swing it around. Doesn't make a difference, that does. So I don't know what they're actually doing here. I think they're just making the road a little more prettier, maybe. So you can see it's quite busy with quarry traffic. This time of day here, it is a little bit quieter. It can be a lot busier. So when we come down, we actually come down this road here. Take a little bit of a shortcut off the main road, but it's a one-way street, so we've got to go down here and then turn right and come out. So I think we've done enough. Speed bump out. I think we've done enough in this episode with regards, because obviously we covered that road coming down from Monmouth, and you know, that's coming down into Monmouth. We've covered the road coming out to the quarry, this from here, and obviously the 465. So it's it can be it's a nice bit of content in that, like. So I'm just gonna say we bring the video to an end. So I don't think I've said it yet, have I? No, I haven't. It's not like me. Yeah, so we bring this one to an end, but remember to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to push for 1,000 subscribers. That's our next target, so please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It is free. If you'd like to help out the channel a little bit more, then you can do so financially by clicking that super thanks button down below and giving something to the channel. And then basically that's all you do, is click the button, slide it wherever you want it to be, whatever amount you want to give, and then just, I think it's purchase or something like that, click on the bottom, I'll buy you, whatever it is. The other way there is to become a channel member, where you get little perks back as well. That is a monthly subscription, but you can cancel it at any time, but you do get them perks for a month then. So with them you get the member shout outs, which you've seen in the videos. They common. The other things as well then is that between now and the end of January, you can if you're silver and above, you get the perk, the platinum perk, which is to view my videos when I upload them to YouTube, so you get to see them before everybody else. So that's a little perk which is there now, so that's silver and above. When it comes to the end of January 2025, that will finish and return back to platinum. So it's a perk which is there at the moment for you to enjoy if you become a member and click our join button. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.